Good morning. So I am fully down a rabbit hole of reading and thinking and learning um, about consistency. Now, it was about initially it started off as an idea of what we as parents need to be able to, how we need to show up for our kids. And anybody who's done any reading on attachment theory will know that one of the main things is consistency. And obviously the being loving and these things. And these are the things that we know. A lot of people come to me and they say, I know that I should do this. I know that I shouldn't shout. But some days it's just too much. And I don't know what it is that is making me, feel good some days and then explode other days because they're not getting their shoes on at the door, or they're not eating their food, or they're not doing their lockdown homeschooling work. And I just can't work out what it is. And it was through, I've talked to so many people about this, and the neutralize the volcano hour, which is 1 hour where we just hammer through lots of issues. We talk about mindset. We talk about how to take care of yourself meaningfully, not in the go and have a shower, that self-care way. We talk about all of these things, and actually there is a thread connecting with every single client that I've spoken to on the 6-week programs, and on just online. People message me occasionally and just say, okay, look, I'm having a rough time, what do you recommend with this? And the volcano hours, it's consistency. It's us showing up meaningfully in pretty much, we can't be the same every day. We just can't, because we are humans. Things will wobble us, and we all have things going on. But consistency is the key to our children feeling happy and loved and safe, and having this secure attachment that we want, not the anxious avoidant where they're afraid of us and avoid us, and the anxious ambivalent, which is where the children are like, oh, I don't know if I can come to my mom or dad with this, because I don't know how they're going to react to this. When they break something and they run away and they hide it, that's we want them to come to us, and they will only come to us if we create a situation where they can come to us. Now, I've also done a lot of reading this Tet holiday, and Happy New Year if you're in Vietnam or another part of Asia or celebrating in the diaspora. And for me, as coming from my background with the police, so in a big organisation, and my background as a teacher, so within a big organisation, even when I was in small schools, you're part of this big umbrella of education and teachers and child supporters. Again, it's consistency. And somebody today shared something. It was on I have a very good friend called Sarah Brooks, who runs I Am Simple Natural Life, which is a blog and a YouTube channel, and she also does one-to-one coaching now. And she helps people basically uncomplicate their lives and live in a natural way that they want to show up in the world. And she posted a question yesterday which said, do you think that one person can change the world? And a few people commented, and the general thread was, yes, one person can. They can change a world on a small level. They can change somebody else's world through their interactions. And if we all get together and we all act with an aligned purpose as a big group, then yes, we can change the world together, which is awesome. And one person posted something that it kind of upset me. This is an adult woman in her mid-late 30s, and she said, yes, I completely believe this, because I am still working through a comment that one of my teachers made that crushed me in my teenage years, and I still carry it with me today. And that teacher probably doesn't remember it. And And it makes me think of a time when I went to one of my students, who I worked in primary, and I did a brief stint in a sort of special unit in a secondary school, which was just incredibly difficult and challenging and rewarding, as these things often go together. And about 3 years after I left that school, one of my old form members started working at my local Sainsbury's. And there I was with, I think I was about 8 months pregnant, and she was like, "Oh my God, Miss Linklater," and she actually was ringing up my stuff. Any teachers who've had this, it's just the most amazing, most awkward and incredible experience ever, isn't it? And she said, "Do you know, my family told me that I couldn't get a job because I was a woman, and that's not how we do things in my family. And you said something once, and it made me think, I'm not going to live by that. I'm going to be my own person. And here I am." And obviously I very, very nearly, I was 8 months pregnant, I very nearly cried. I was so proud of her. And I was so happy that I had made this change in her. And I can't remember saying it. So I guess there's one takeaway here, and that takeaway is tread lightly when you are in the place of children and young people's lives. Speak wisely. And also, it comes back to consistency, because another person that I spoke to only a couple of weeks ago said, when we're a leader, we need to be able to say, if somebody says, "So what decision did you make on that day, that meeting that we had?" And you need to be able to say, as a leader, "Okay, well, I can't necessarily remember everything I said, because we can't, otherwise we would explode. But just give me a run over and I can tell you what I would have said. I know what I would say." Because, although we do change as human beings, we do evolve, we do learn things, as a leader in your home, as a leader in your institution, as a leader within your team and your organisation, you actually do need to be that person who can say, "Okay, well, I don't remember that exact interaction, but I know that I wouldn't have put a teenager down in front of their classmates. I know that I would have come to a solution that maybe didn't please everybody, but was the fairest given all the constraints. So can you tell me what the conditions were?" And then, we can, it'll probably jog my memory and I'll remember it. And here is the key. Here is how it really relates, and it gives me even more fire for my work, because how do we get consistency? Well, to achieve consistency, we need to be secure in who we are. I talk about, I'm going to put my coffee down. I talk about the nugget of your authentic self, and all the layers of conditioning that go around it, all the people that you need to please, all the times when somebody has said, no, I don't expect you to do that. All the times our behaviour has been modified, and all of the lessons that our subconscious right inside, our subconscious, I guess, is on top of the authentic self, all the times that it has learned, okay, in this situation you don't speak up. In this situation, if you want to be heard, you scream and shout. In this situation, you do this. And this blueprint is laid in our childhood. So if we want in our adulthood and in our careers to be able to show up as the consistent leader, and leader with the core values that we hold, we must, one, know what they are, and we must, two, know who we are, and be in tune with the authentic self, and able to act in an aligned way with our authentic self. And if you're going to do that, conscious training and learning tricks isn't going to do it. You need to go deeper. You need to look at those core wounds from your childhood, from your formative years, even from relationships, and unpick what it is that is stopping you being consistent and retrain them. So there are more videos further down on this profile, and there's my YouTube channel, which is linked in the bio. That's what I do. This is why I do it, because we are individuals and we can all make a change.